What's good, YouTube? It's your girl AK, and we are back with another video. We are doing our Sunday market analysis. I am sorry I'm posting this video so late. It's coming out late. I'm sorry. I had to go out of town because some family stuff came up that I had to be present for. So I wasn't expecting to be out, but I'm here now. I'm putting the analysis out, right? So I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can. So without further ado, I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm just gonna get straight into the market analysis. Let's go. Okay, boom. Here we are looking at gold. As you can see, y'all, gold has definitely just shot up. Now, there was some news that happened this weekend regarding like some airstrikes and some things going on, just, you know, different tensions going on between different countries. So that definitely caused gold to spike up. If you don't know, gold is very fundamentally like moved, right? So things that happen in the news affect gold very closely, right? So when I saw what happened in the news, I definitely expected gold to start shooting up, right? I kind of wanted like a little retracement, but we're we're kind of past that point now. We definitely broke more structure here, right? As you can see, and we're actually heading to this new all-time high. So I definitely wanted to catch it before we got to this all-time high, but looks like we may not. I don't know. It's only time will tell. Price may come and try to retrace one more time before take out this high. It might, I don't know. But if we do try to catch one more move before gold breaks all-time highs, what I would look for personally, right? Because we're bullish in all time frames, right? My weekly is definitely bullish, right? So right here, as you can see on the weekly, where is my path tool? As you can see on the weekly, this was the last high. We came down, we broke that high, right? The weekly came down to retest this broken structure, and now we're pushing back up to make new weekly highs, right? So the weekly is definitely bullish. My daily, obviously, we are also bullish. So daily, as you see right here, here was the last high. We came down, we broke that high and just pushed significantly, right? Came down for the correction to also retest this broken structure right here. So we're retesting this broken structure. And now we are back on the continuation. We're pushing back up on the way to break and create more all-time highs, right? So the daily is also bullish, as you can see. So weekly is bullish, daily is bullish, 2 consecutive time frames, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my chart just to kind of show our time frame confirmation. So my weekly is bullish, my daily is bullish. Just jump down to a 4-hour. 4-hour, again, obviously we're bullish in the 4-hour, right? We just basically broke this high up here and we're making new highs. So we're bullish on all time frames. So obviously the long-term bias for gold is bullish. Not surprised, gold has always been extremely bullish, right? So from this point, we cannot get into a trade when all 3 time frames are bullish. We actually have to wait for the pullback on either like the 1-hour or the 4-hour, right? So currently, we have just broken structure here, right? This is external structure that was broken. Oops. Yep, we have external structure right here that was broken. And then we also have structure right here, already marked it, right? If you click on the 1-hour, oh, we already got this correction. Okay, so price already came up and we corrected here. So on the 1-hour, we're also looking around this level as well. So right here, here's the 1-hour. Boom. Right, so we can actually delete this because we already had our retracement. So now we're looking into this particular zone, right, on the 1-hour, to see if price can come back to this level on the 1-hour. So here is my 1-hour area of interest because this is where we broke previous structure, right? I am looking for price to basically retrace back, retest this level, right? I need price to basically stay above this level. If it does decide to dip a little lower, that is fine as long as we don't break this previous low in the 1-hour, right? And then as long as price comes back above that level, then this will be a valid entry for buy. So we're waiting for price to come down, you know, take out some liquidity and come back up, or price can even stop like right on the level, right? And then come back up, that's also valid, right? Price can even come like a little short above it and come back up, right? As long as price doesn't break this low, so right here, this is our 1-hour support. As long as price does not break this 1-hour support level, then we are still valid for buys, right? So we're just kind of waiting to see I'm actually gonna draw a Fibonacci tool, right, on gold from the swing low. Well, I can't draw the tool yet. I have to wait for gold to actually start retracing, right? So basically gold needs to start making movements to the downside before I can draw my retracement tool, right? So I actually can't draw it yet, but just know at some point when gold starts to retrace, I will draw my Fibonacci tool and I will have my retracement levels on, looking for a retracement back to this side. So you can use Fibonacci, or you can just go ahead and put an alert here on this area of interest to see if price wants to come back and retest this level. So I'm gonna put an alert here. Price is retesting 1 hour broken structure. Yep. And we're just gonna place this alert. I'm actually about to cut these alerts. My alerts are currently going off because we broke this particular level. I think if price does retrace, I think it's gonna try to get to this psychological level first, stop here, and then come back here. Because this level is actually pretty close to this psychological level as well. So it makes sense for price to like bounce off these levels, right? Come here first and then retrace. There's also a chance that gold doesn't stop and it just continually goes up. And I mean, at that point, we're kind of out of luck. But at some point, gold has to come back down for retracement, right? So gold, just be patient on gold. Wait for gold to give you that retracement and that continuation, and then you're going to be able to get back in. So gold, we are looking bullish on gold, right? Just waiting to see. We might react to some sellers, right? There's sellers sitting around this level, so we might see a drop, you know, or we might just take out liquidity. I don't know. So we're just kind of waiting to see what gold does. But yeah, EJ. So I am currently in a position on EJ right now. I was actually looking to get into a scaling position tonight. But let me show you. So EJ, I'm gonna hide my drawings for a second. So EJ, on the weekly, we are extremely bullish, right? Extremely bullish. We have only been bullish, right? We had this pullback on the weekly last week. Looks like the pullback has finished because we have this doji candle, and it looks like we're looking to make a bullish engulfing this week. So I'm expecting to see a lot of bullish price action on this yen pair, really all the yen pairs, right? The daily, if you look here, you can see obviously price, we broke structure. So right here, there was broken structure. I'm gonna put my drawings back on for a second. Okay, so right here on the daily, as you can see, price, we had structure right here. So price, we actually, let me move this other way. So price, we actually had structure. So right here, price, we made a high, right? We made this low, and then we broke structure, right? So when we broke structure, price had to come back to retest that level. That's what price did last week. So price, we came back, right? And we came back to retest this daily area of interest, right? Which is also our broken level, broken structure, right? We retest that level and then we push back up, right? Daily close extremely bullish, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of a retracement before heading back to the upside just to grab some more liquidity. But I do expect the daily to take out these daily highs, right? I do expect that this correction is now over and we're looking to make newer highs, right? I'm really targeting like these next psychological levels, if anything. So dropping down to a 4 hour, you can kind of see where we had that shift of structure. So on the daily, when the daily is overall bullish, y'all, right? So right here, my daily is bullish. We were making just higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? When your daily is bullish like that, when price retraces, that is when your 1 hour and your 4 hour actually shifts to bearish. So there is a hierarchy of time frames that needs to be respected and understood, right? So let me explain. Right here, I want you to think this is like my daily time frame. So we came up and boom, we got this retracement, right? Right here, this is my daily time frame, right? Boom. Okay. I want you to actually focus and zoom in on this piece of price action right here, right? So if I was to take a magnifying glass and basically zoom in onto this particular spot of this correction, so this is the breaking structure, this is the correction. If I was to zoom in right here, if I was to drop down to, let's say, a 4 hour time frame, right? Here's my 4 hour. Essentially what you're gonna see, right? So boom, this was the daily came up, right? On the 4 hour, this part that you're gonna see like coming down, it's gonna look like this on the 4 hour. So you're gonna see lower low, lower high. We failed to break a high, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. So you're gonna see a downtrend on the 4 hour as well as the 1 hour time frame as well, right? You're gonna see a downtrend, right? The way you know it's over, right? How do you know when correction is over? How do you know when it's time to buy? Well, again, if you look on the time frame, overall, the daily was bullish, right? If my 4 hour or my 1 hour starts to fail to break a low, right? And then make a new high, right? Boom, we just started an uptrend. And not only did we just, start making bullish structure, we also took out this resistance level right here. So this is kind of what you want to see to give you an idea of like, okay, the correction's over, we're looking to go bullish, right? So, and then on the daily time frame, all it's gonna look like is this. The daily is gonna just be like one move, right? So essentially that's what we have here. The daily, we have this one move, right? But on the 4 hour, if you zoom in, you can see like where the structure has changed. So right here, 4 hour, we were making lower lows, lower highs. We were bearish on the 4 hour, right? But if I know for a fact that my weekly is bullish and my daily time frame is bullish, right? As you can see right here, if my 4 hour is temporarily bearish, we know it's temporary. The higher time frame has the higher weight. So I just need to wait for price to be done, right? And that's what happened here. So the price eventually finally broke out, right? Gave us the retest, and now we're making new highs to the upside, right? So now my 4 hour has actually shifted bullish, right? So you can actually look to start getting buys on this yen pair, right? Because we know that the correction is over and we're looking to make new highs on the daily and weekly. So that's essentially what I have going on now. So I'm actually already in a position I'm holding from last week. I'm holding this long-term position, and I am targeting what? Well, since we're daily on the bullish and weekly, I'm targeting daily targets, right? So I'm targeting this daily liquidity right here, right? We have liquidity sitting on the daily. I'm targeting this first area, my first TP. My second TP is going to be this -27 extension, right, on my Fibonacci tool. So I just have my targets showing right now, but these are my retracement levels, right? But really, I'm just interested in these targets right now. If you don't trade Fibonacci, that's fine, right? We can hide this, and you could just look at psychological levels. Like, okay, boom, we got to this liquidity. What's next? Well, we have a minor psych level, 186,000 that you could target. You could target that psych level. If you feel like it's gonna go even further, right, you could target the next psych level, which is 187, the next minor level, or you could target the next mid-major level, right? So you have psychological levels that you can use as targets as well. So you don't have to use Fibonacci for targets. You can also use psychological levels, whatever you feel more comfortable using, right? It's up to you. So me personally, I'm looking to hold this long term because I caught it at the very bottom of this daily level, right? If price breaks structure on the daily, this is my daily swing low. So when price comes back for the retracement, price should not break this low on the daily. If price breaks this low on the daily, the whole trend has shifted, right? Price should basically respect this, right? And then continue to make new highs, right? So that's kind of what I'm expecting on the daily. So I can actually hold this for a really, really, really long time if I want to, because I got such a great position. That's why it's really, really key when you're looking to catch these really big moves. You want to catch that first 4 hour shift of structure, right? This very first shift, this is where you want to get in, because it's going to put you in a great position where you'll catch the very bottom of the daily move and you can hold it for a very long time. So this is what you want, right? Currently, we are looking to see if we are about to start a retracement. So structure looks a little clearer on the 1 hour. So I'm gonna drop to a 1 hour real quick. I'm actually gonna hide this for a second again. So right now, as you can see, on the 1 hour, we're still bullish, right? So we made this high. We came out for a retracement, boom. And then we pushed up. We made this another retracement. And now we're on the way back up right now. So you can, low-key, this might be a good time to get in. There is a current gap in the market right now because sometimes the market opens with a gap. So I think right now price is just filling in this gap right here, as you can see. But I do think that we're gonna make higher highs in the future. So just keep an eye on EJ, right? Just keep an eye on it, okay? Keep an eye on EJ. Keep an eye on EJ, y'all. So yeah, I'm bullish on EJ as well. Definitely watch that 1 hour for your pullbacks and, you know, your retracement so you can get in for the buy if you didn't get in down here. I took UJ off my watch list temporarily because the structure was just so choppy. But UJ did make a new high, right? UJ, we pushed up here on the daily. We made a new daily high. So we're way up here now. Let's look at the overall direction, right? So weekly, we are bullish because boom, we came down, made a new high, new low, boom. We're bullish, right? We're making higher highs, higher lows. Okay, daily, we're bullish, right? What happened? We came up, retracement, boom, new high on the daily. Daily, we're bullish, boom. 4 hour, we're bullish, right? We're just making higher highs, right? As you can see right here, 4 hour, it was a low, came up, made a high, made a low, broke that high, right? So we're just continuously making higher highs on all 3 time frames. So if I was to pull my chart out, basically this is correct. All 3 time frames are bullish. Now, I can't really get into a trade if all 3 time frames are bullish because we're just like, I need some kind of like deep retracement, right? Like even my 1 hour is like pushing up. So like at some point we just broke this daily liquidity. I kind of want to see price retrace a little bit before I look into getting into buys, because I think once price gets around this 27 extension level, you might start seeing like some bearish movement. So I don't want to get in a trade way up here, right? Like I don't want to get in a trade way up here and there's a potential that we might reverse soon. I actually want to wait for price to actually come down a little bit, right? Even if we end up breaking structure on the 4 hour, like that's fine. Because we need some kind of pullback. Like on UJ, we're already like just kind of high up here. So I need some kind of like retracement. Once the daily starts to show me that it's coming down, that is when I can actually delete this Fibonacci tool and then draw a new Fibonacci tool from this swing low. Let me delete this real quick. Basically from this swing low to this swing high, once we start retracing, all right, let's say we start retracing here, then that's when I would look to like, you know, catch my new retracement to the downside, catch my new, you know, so I would look for price to basically start retracing, right? And then we get a correction going up. And once it shows me it wants to come back up, that's when I'm looking to potentially get in and then hold higher, right? So I need some kind of like retracement on UJ right now. I can't have all 3 of my time frames bullish. I just prefer to have like a deeper retracement so I can catch a bigger move, if that makes sense. So we are gonna hold off on UJ for right now because we already broke this daily liquidity. Since EJ has not broken daily liquidity yet, I feel more comfortable getting into EJ because we're not in no man's land right now, right? We're actually in familiar territory. So would rather trade in here because we're still in this range. So I'm actually gonna take UJ off for right now because I'm more focused on EJ personally. But if you want to watch UJ, that's like, you know, it's up to y'all. I'm watching EJ for this week, looking to add more positions, right? On the 1 hour or potentially the 4 hour if we get a pullback. SPX. Okay. My high. So SPX, we made a new high last week. I actually took partial profits. I took majority of my profits off once we broke all-time highs. So we made all-time highs, as you can see. And now we are looking to retrace back. So I left some runners. I do want to hold price and see if we can get to this next psychological level. So I actually still have runners going in this trade. So I have a couple small runners. So I'm going to hide these for a second so we can focus on price action. Okay, so SPX500. Let's look at all the time frames again. The weekly, I'm gonna hide my drawings, right? The weekly, we are bullish on the weekly, right? So right here, price made a high, retraced, came down, right? Could not break this low, pushed up, made a new high on the weekly. Same thing, weekly, we came down, retraced, could not break this low, right? And then we push back up on the weekly. So we're making higher highs on the weekly. So my weekly time frame is bullish, right? Daily time frame. Same thing, daily. We had a low, we pushed up, we body candy closed above this high, making a new high, right? We came down retracement, we could not break this low, and then we made a new high, right? And same thing here, we came down, right? Could not break this low, and then we came and closed above this high, making a new high in the market. So my daily time frame is also bullish, right? 4 hour. 4 hour, same thing. This was our last high on the 4 hour. We came down, we had a retracement, right? We pushed up and we broke this high, right? So 4 hour is also bullish. So yep, my weekly is bullish, my daily is bullish, and my 4 hour is also bullish. 4 hour, we're actually in a retracement right now, right? So there's also like structure sitting here too that I think we can also respect. So right here, we have structure right here, price, we broke above, and we're coming down to potentially retest this level, right? Before heading back to the upside. So that is what I'm looking for on SPX. I'm looking for price to retest this level, right? Price can come down a little bit and that's fine, but before I buy, I need price to come back above this level. The reason is because above this level, we are bullish, we have buyers, right? Below this level, there are sellers. So I wanna wait for price to actually take out the sellers, right? Sellers, they have their stop losses sitting above this level, right? I want price to come back and take out the sellers, like take them out. So we know that the sellers are no longer present and we're looking to come back up, right? Price can also just stop like right above it before heading up as well. So we're just waiting for price to come back around this area, see if it wants to go back up. And then if it does, then I'm gonna get into buys and we're gonna try to hold it past this daily liquidity. So there's liquidity sitting right here, right? We have liquidity sitting here that we are targeting. So we want to take out this liquidity. And we can also try to hold it a little longer to this psychological level. This is psychological level 7,000 that I'm looking to hold. So this is what I'm looking for Monday morning or like early morning, right? I'm actually going to draw a second fib. Raise my low here. So swing low, swing high, right? Basically going to set some alerts on these different fib levels just to kind of watch it, and I'm going to set an alert above my area of interest as well. So this is my 1 hour area of interest because this is where price was broken, right? Looking to retest this broken structure. So this is what I'm looking for SPX500. I'm looking for a move like this, right? So we're going to wait for that and hopefully we get it, right? I hope we don't break this low because technically my 4 hour swing is down here. Right, so I actually got in here, so I didn't get the best entry. Hopefully price doesn't take me out before going back up, but who knows. That's why I took off majority of my profits up here because I knew I didn't have the best overall low, right? So if price does take me out, it's not gonna be a big hit on me, but I did want to try to potentially hold this trade for longer. So but yeah, I am currently in this position and looking to add on to this position. So excited for SPX. Also just excited for EJ because I do want to also, you know, catch a second position on EJ and also hold it up. So looking bullish on pretty much everything in my eyes. I'm not sure if there's anything else y'all want me to look at, but that's what I'm currently looking at. So yeah, that's my analysis for the week. I'm going to go ahead and edit this, very minimum edits because I'm kind of late with posting. It's already 6 on my time. So I'm going to try to get this out as soon as I can. But I hope y'all enjoyed the analysis. Let me know if you have any questions about like what I do, how I do my analysis. Really what I try to do is just look at my higher time frames and figure out where my higher time frames are going. Once I understand where my higher time frames are going, then I know where to target long term and I know how long to hold, right? So hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me know what y'all think about my analysis. And yeah, I will see y'all next time. Good week trading. Well, good luck trading this week, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Bye.